So the future of healthcare has to be based on a really strong foundation. I think anyone's health needs a strong foundation in order to thrive, just like anyone's home needs a strong foundation in order to be stable. If your foundation is not strong, if it's crooked, any of that, your doors won't open and close properly, your windows won't sit right, your insulation will probably shift and you'll be cold or too hot. So it's the same with your health. If you don't have a strong foundation, then nothing else is going to grow well from that. If you don't think you can be healthy, then none of your healing powers are going to work as well as they should. So strong foundation is so important, and that's where I see the holistic health professionals of the future, or of the now, even better, of the now, coming together to help people build that strong foundation. And then whatever modalities they use, whether it's chiropractic or acupuncture or massage or whatever it may be, it's going to work even better if it's built on top of a strong foundation. So in my mind, the foundation of each individual's health and the foundation of the healthcare system, the new one that I'm building, are the same. They start the same way, and that is with the mindset. So as I said before, the current mindset of our healthcare system is based on figuring out what's wrong. Even the preventative health measures like colonoscopies and mammograms and stuff like that, those things that they're billed under preventative health, those aren't preventative. They don't prevent any illness. They look for illness that is there and try to catch it early so that there can be treatment early. And often the treatment is worse than the sickness. So anyway, there's no real foundation for well-being in our healthcare system. It's all about looking for problems, figuring out what's wrong, then treating what's wrong. And then I'm sure many of you have seen like the meme that goes around where you take a medication for your high blood pressure and then you have to take another medication because now you're peeing all the time, and then you have to take another medication because since you're peeing all the time you're not sleeping, and so on, and it goes on, a huge list of all the medications that someone may have to take because they started with one. Any medication, it affects your health. It's a stressor to your body that your body has to figure out how to use. So any medication puts more stress on your system and is likely to cause more symptoms. And, every medication comes with a huge laundry list of side effects. Well, those aren't side effects, they're possible effects. And the effect that you're trying to get, say, lowering the blood pressure, that is also a possible effect. All of those effects are possible. Every person's physiology is different, and each medication is going to affect that physiology differently in different people. So any of those side effects are possible effects. They're just as likely as the intended effects. And one of the side effects of pretty much every medication is death. So one of the possible side effects. I mean, none of those side effects are actual effects, but they can be. They're all possible. So that symptom-based, problem-based method of healthcare, the mindset of our current healthcare system, is also the mindset of most of the people. Most people think that their health is fine until they have a symptom, and then they're just chasing that symptom, trying to get rid of it. Well, that's not true. Lots of things with our health aren't even symptom related. So if you wait till you have a symptom to address your health, to take care of your health, it's too late. Especially if then you take that symptom and just try to get rid of it. Because like I said before, symptoms are information, and they're really good information. And often they're your body doing what it can do to stay healthy. So the problem-based mindset of our current healthcare system and of our people who have been indoctrinated by our current healthcare system is one of the big problems in health as a global issue. So if we can shift our mindsets, the people's mindsets, to one of focusing on building health, building that strong foundation of health, I think this is the way to really build a new healthcare system that is based on health. Our current system, problem-based, if we keep supporting that, we're going to keep getting more problems and keep the focus on the problems and figuring out what's wrong all the time. If we can shift that focus to actually building what's right, we're going to have a lot more that's right in our own health and in our healthcare system. So this is the training that I am working on for all of our holistic health professionals and any professionals that have a mindset to build health rather than treat symptoms. Like I said before, getting rid of symptoms is really getting rid of health. I mean, yes, we want our symptoms to go away, but if we're just focusing on getting rid of that symptom, then we're not focusing on the building of the health. And the building of the health is really where vitality, longevity, happiness, and true health comes from, building the health. So the first thing we have to do to keep that foundation of health strong is really shift that mindset to one of, we all have health. We all have health within us, and we're either building it or chipping away at it with the actions that we take every single day. Those actions are things like our thoughts. Whatever we think about our health, if we think there's something wrong with us, then there's likely to be something wrong with us. If we think our bodies are doing the best they can all the time and we can keep building on that, then we're likely to keep building our health. Those actions are things like our sleep. Do we prioritize sleep and rest? Sleep and rest are a time for healing. And many people take pride in sleeping not enough. The minimum amount of sleep that a person needs is 7.5 hours a night, 7.5 hours of consecutive sleep. That's 5 cycles of 1.5 hours each. Each sleep cycle is very important to complete, and each sleep cycle is about 90 minutes. And we need 5 of those a night in order to maximize our health, to maximize all the healing that our bodies and our minds do while we're sleeping. And I've been told by coaches before that I'll never be successful unless I'm getting up at 5 in the morning. For me to get up at 5 in the morning, there's no way I would get my 7.5 hours of sleep, even if I do go to bed on time, because I wake up in the night and then I have to get back to sleep. So sleep is one of those huge foundational things. More of the foundation is just, making sure you are drinking the right amount and quality of water. Hydration is not about drinking lots and lots of water. Like if you've been told to drink a gallon of water a day, no, that's not right. It really depends on what kind of water you're drinking. If you're drinking water that has chlorine and fluoride in it, then you're dehydrating yourself constantly and you're killing off your gut health. Gut health is one of those super important things for your foundation of health. And things like chlorinated, fluoridated water and antibiotics, alcohol, processed foods, those all destroy your gut health. Without gut health, you don't have any health. Your gut health and your immune system health are inextricably linked. And obviously you need your immune system to work to just go out into the world. So there's so many things to building the foundation of health that if you go to a regular medical doctor or hospital, those are never addressed. Did you know that medical doctors don't have any training in nutrition? As a chiropractor in my medical training there, I did have 60 hours of nutrition training. I have studied nutrition many, many, many more hours than that on my own, both before and after I graduated school. But, there's that old saying, you are what you eat. And that has a lot of meaning to it. Nutrition is so important to to your health. And the doctors that people go to don't have any training in nutrition. I remember the last time I went to an MD, I was 17, so about 30 years ago, and I was having a lot of digestive issues. I was having a lot of pain with digestion and stuff like that. And after, waiting a couple of hours after my appointment time to see that doctor, she came in and poked at my belly for a minute or so and then wrote me a prescription. She didn't ask anything about my history. She didn't ask if I had ever taken antibiotics. She didn't ask what I was eating. She just wrote me a prescription. And that was one of the huge disconnects for me with the medical system, because she didn't even take into account any of the things that could be affecting my gut. She just wanted me to try a medication. And she told me, I don't know what's wrong with you. Try this medication and come back in 6 months. I did not fulfill that prescription. I was just shocked at how inept that was. And I started really looking closely at my diet and changing some things. I figured out that I was eating too many tomato products and the acidity was not good for my gut. As I look back on it too, I recognize that I took tons and tons of antibiotics as a kid, so I didn't have good gut health anyway. But to have the person who's supposed to be in charge of helping me take care of my health not even ask anything about how I'm taking care of my health, just write me a prescription. It was one of the biggest letdowns I've had. And that is a typical experience. Nothing to do with health, just about potentially getting rid of that symptom. But another key thing is medical doctors also aren't trained in medications and what they do. If you have questions about your medications, don't ask your MD, ask your pharmacist. Pharmacists are the ones trained in medications, not the MDs. They can prescribe them. Doesn't make sense to me because they really don't know much about them. And a lot of the information they get about them is from pharmaceutical representatives who are just trying to sell the drugs. So there are a lot of problems in the medical system, and they really take away from the foundation of the health of the medical system, and they really destroy the foundation of our own individual health.